All right, looks like we're back. Apparently, we got technical issues. Probably the Wi-Fi is down. It's a rainy day today. Sometimes we get issues with our internet, and I'm not doing this from my office. I'm doing this from my home, and I am, dealing with whatever we got here. So, that being said, I'll do my best to merge all these videos together, turn them into one big video to make it easier for people to be able to see everything all together without the breaks. I apologize for the inconvenience and being a little bit annoying with these videos, the way they're coming through, but we have to do what we have to do at this point. That being said, where I was leaving off before as I got cut off, I hope I'm catching up from the right place again. I'm not sure if I am. But we have a serious problem right now. And like I said, we need to organize. I need everybody's support in the best way. And like I said, the best way to start is by taking posts like the one I just put in. And I encourage everybody to start making their own posts as well. And like it, write your commentary on there. Share it with as many people as humanly possible. And that's how we're going to get some attention. That really is the only way we're going to get some attention. Because if we don't take things into our own hands and start to get the message out there, we're not going to get any attention. Like I said, there's so many people out there that are suffering. And we need to find solutions. And I'm going to start putting a series of videos together where I'm actually going to give solutions. Now, I'm not the most educated in this matter. I know enough, and I know a lot, and I'm well read in the way everything historically has broken down between landlords and tenants and landlord law. But again, I'm not a lawyer, but I know enough to be able to come up with some rational, simple solutions that could benefit all parties. Because the way the system is right now, some side has to hurt. And that shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't have to make the tenants hurt by putting certain laws in, and you shouldn't have to put the landlords in a bad position and make them hurt by the laws that you put in place. It's very simple. It's very logical. It's a very human approach to take. But the problem is we have people that are putting these things together that really don't have that much compassion for one side or the other, or if the compassion that they have is for the wrong directions. Because I'll give you an example. There's plenty of great tenants out there that would do great if the laws were the same way they are now or they're the way they were before, because they do the right thing. They go to their apartment, they go to their rental, they pay their rent, they maintain the place like it's their own place, they don't damage it. And when the time comes for them to move out, they hand over their keys, the landlord hands back the deposit, and everybody's happy. And you usually have a really good relationship between those landlords and those tenants. It's the ones that don't want to do the right thing that are causing the problems. Same thing goes for the landlords that don't do the right thing as well. If a landlord is not doing the right thing by letting a place fall apart or freezing out their tenants or doing things that really are not humane, they should get penalized as well. But why does the rest of us have to get penalized? Because the majority of landlords out there are good, hardworking people out there that have tried to achieve the American dream of working really hard, saving as much as they can, collecting a certain amount of money that would put them in a position to buy a piece of property. Maybe it's a 2-family house that they live out of the one apartment, or a 3-family house that they live out of the one apartment, or a 6-family, or whatever the case is. And then they use the other vacant units to supplement the income and be able to pay the mortgage. And that helps them in order to keep it together. And at the same time, they also maintain the place well, especially if they're living in the place. They always take care of the places even more when they're in there. And now you're telling these people that they can't get that supplemental income that would cover the expenses. And not only are you saying that, you're saying that it is a very big possibility that you may never get it. What I just remembered actually what I was getting to before the break that we had in the internet service. And that is that you have a scenario where we're going to go into January, and in January, once that moratorium lifts on the evictions, there's going to be a backlog for eviction cases. It's just common sense. You're going to have so many that get flooded into the system. They're not going to be able to keep up with them. And what's going to happen is we're going to have months and months of delays. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people that are submitting in January, February that don't get seen until the end of the year. I hope that's not the case, but it's very possible because we're going to get so backlogged. The other thing is, even though you're going to go into court and you can go into eviction situations, they're going to give more time to the tenants no matter what. Why? Because they're going to give them the ability and the time to be able to pay. Now, the thing is, if you had somebody, like I said, in March, April, that they haven't paid, and we're in October right now, it's 7 months. At the end of the year, it's going to be 8-9 months. And let's be really, really optimistic and say that once the courts start taking in new eviction cases, it'll take 4 months to be seen. So you're talking about possibility of 12 to 13 months, maybe 14 months of non-payments. You know how many tenants are going to just walk out and never pay back what they owe? There's a lot of good luck going and getting it. Yeah, you could turn around and you could put a judgment on them. What's that going to do for you if you never get your money back? And then what? Even if you do get your money back 5-10 years down the line, if they ever decide to go get a credit card or a mortgage or buy a car, and they're afraid of their credit, their credit is holding them back from doing it, and they have to settle with you. You might not even get all the whole money. You're going to have to settle. But you're going to wait till then. Right now, what's going to happen? Because New York State is waiting for their tax money. Property taxes have to be paid. Knock the door again. And now it's Con Edison. They want their money. National Grid wants their money. Whatever insurance company you're using, they want their money. Everybody wants their money. And what happens when you're completely wiped out and you're done? It was great that they were offering the SBA loans for everybody. That's great. But that's a loan. And not everybody was able to get it. And not everybody was eligible to get it. And you have a lot of landlords out there that had poor credit that they couldn't get it. And it got denied. What happens now? You know, it's just not tenants that might have poor credit. There's landlords out there that have poor credit. And usually why they have poor credit is because they're over-levered. They owe too much money out. And usually it's on their properties. And they end up, like in cases like this, you know how many landlords have been loading up their credit cards to pay for expenses on their buildings? How are they going to get paid back? How are they going to pay these things back? What, do we expect everybody to declare bankruptcy? And then what happens? We're going to liquidate all these properties. Somebody's going to take them over. Who's going to take them over? Is it going to be other investors that take advantage of the whole situation and get money? Or it's not going to be a city. City can't even handle the projects that they run right now. You go into some of these city-run type of situations, they're horrible. You know, they love to give violations. They love to actually hit landlords hard. But if you go into a lot of these city-run developments, they don't stand up to the majority of the privately owned buildings. If I'm wrong, go into them with a video camera and take pictures, take a video, walk around, and you see what you get. Just the way it is. Like I said, I had the other video that ran for a little bit. This one's running for a little while. I just wanted to complete my thoughts from yesterday, and the thoughts and the call to action that we all need as landlords is to organize. We need to get together. We need to unify. We need to support each other. We need to back each other. I know a lot of people don't want to talk because they're afraid that maybe their tenants will catch wind and they'll never pay them the rents. I'll tell you something. If they haven't paid the rents up until now, you're going to have a hard time getting paid down the line. It's just the way it is. It's a really bad situation, and it's only getting worse. I got into a little bit on it during the show yesterday as far as the ripple effects, the dominoes falling economically because of this, because it's not only about tenants and it's not only about landlords. This is a much bigger economical impacting issue than many people understand. There's so many trades out there that are depending on these landlords to continue to pay for them. You know, I've done plenty of jobs myself that I had to do because I needed to save the money, because that's how it is. How are you going to spend the money if you're never going to get a return on it? Or at the same time, many people that don't even have the money, you know, is that fair that I got to work 2 jobs in order to support the buildings when the buildings should be paying for themselves, because that's business in itself? And it's not like it's bad business or it's like poorly run business. This is an artificially induced thing by the officials that are making it become a default business and a money-losing business. And again, I use the word business, but this is more than just a business for many landlords. This is their livelihoods. This is what they've saved all their money for all their lives, for so many years, to achieve and purchase, and hoping that one day when they retire or one day when they get of age, they'll be paid off and they'll be able to live off of that. Because I promise you, Social Security is not going to be the savior for them. Not in 10, 20, 30 years from now. I know that I'm not expecting Social Security to save me in any way, because I don't think it will. And anybody out there in the same age group that I am, I can't see it happening. Or all those other people that have scraped this grave and deprived themselves in their lives and lived a very hard life and worked really hard every day and spit blood working and sweat pouring on a daily basis, whether you're working as a construction worker, or you're working in a kitchen, or you're working as a busboy, or you're working folding people's laundry, or you're working over cleaning people's houses, or you're working in a flower shop, or you're working over in a grocery store, or you're working making bread, or whatever you're doing, and you're working so hard to get to this point, to maybe say, you know what, maybe I don't even need to have this benefit in my life. This I'm doing for my kids, so they don't have to have a hard time in life the way I did. They're not going to be able to get to that point if these things continue. If these laws continue to pressure them, people are going to be losing their buildings. They're going to lose their entire savings because of these actions. Are landlords not human beings too? Are we going to be looking at it only one-sided? That's a question everybody needs to ask themselves. We're all human beings, and this whole "we're all in it together" thing, which is a very noble and a very, very beautiful statement, is worthless if nobody stands by it. If we're going to be all in it together, we need to all be in it together and help the tenants and help the landlords and help the small business owners and help everybody that's getting affected. I don't want anybody standing out here with their hands out and asking, please help me. We can all help ourselves. Just don't make things worse. Don't make them so difficult so we can't help ourselves. And that's what these laws are doing right now. Again, anybody who's watching, I appreciate it. I thank you so much for watching. I love the support. I love the commentary that I'm getting. We need to unite. We need to get everybody together. We need to take action. Make sure to put a comment down. Share your thoughts. Let me know how you feel. Let me know of your stories. Let the world know about them. Take this video, share it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I promise you, you're gonna get quality videos that are gonna come out. Not quality. Look at this. I don't have the greatest video quality, but I promise you, what comes out of my mouth is gonna be quality. It's not gonna be ranting. It's not gonna be raving. It's not going to be crazy rhetoric. It's going to be just honest, common sense type of speech. And that being said, I know everybody out there that's a landlord right now, they're suffering. I know this is not going to really help them tremendously, but we are doing a real estate horror story contest that we usually do every year at this upcoming Monday, October 26th. And if you're watching and you have a horror story with a nightmare tenant or a nightmare situation as a landlord, please submit it. If you got pictures, you got video of it, submit it. Because I'll take that into consideration as a true horror story, because it's not just boogeymen and stuff like that. It's real estate horror stories that we're talking about. It could be deals that are going bad, tenants from hell. It could be a whole bunch of things. And if you have stuff like that, send it over and you might be able to win. The top 3 are going to be winners. It's not a great prize. It's not a horrible prize either. I'll be giving gift cards out to the top 3. $250 for the first one. Second place will be $100, and third place is $50. Again, it's something. Maybe it's gas money for a lot of people, but something. Maybe it'll pay for a utility bill. Best I could do at this moment. Wish I could do more for everybody, other than making these videos. The other thing is I will be making a nightmare tenant video within the next few weeks, and I'm asking everybody to send any pictures or videos of their nightmare situations with their tenants if they have them. Maybe add a little bit to the story so I could understand what I'm looking at. If you don't have it but you have lived it and feel it, I would love to see people do a couple minutes of video of themselves describing their situation, and I'll add it to the video. And This is how we're going to get our word out. But if you got videos and pictures of instances like that, that will help a lot. And it will make a big difference, because I've been gathering a lot of stuff right now. And the type of situations that I'm seeing, and I mean, we're looking at awful people. I mean, I have videos saved of people, of tenants killing their landlords. I don't know if everybody remembers the thing that happened in Jackson Heights less than a year ago, but that's one of them. But again, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody continues to endure, be as strong as you can, continue to have your voices heard, and I promise you, I'll be the conduit for everybody to be able to have their voice in the best way I can. Like I said, I'm one opening, one vessel to be able to get your words out. The more we have come and step up and say things, the more landlords that take a similar approach that I do, the more traction we're going to have, and the better the results we're going to have. So on that note, I'm ending this live stream. Thank you all for watching. I am very sorry about the choppiness that we had, the fact that we had to break between the two streams. And at my first convenience, I don't know if I'll be able to get this, because honestly, I have to work because my tenants are not paying me. So I'm going to have to work very hard to get as much money as I can to pay the bills on the buildings. So I'll get to the video as fast as I can to combine them all, make it one big video. But till then, please feel free to keep watching these, sharing them, and be well. Thank you.